Welcome back to Telesales Tycoons.
Episode 2.
Every single Thursday, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm Cody Askins.
I'm Jacob Van Helden.
You know JVH. You
Yeah.
know CA, Secure Agent Mentor, and SecureAgentMentor.com. We're going to talk about telesales. This is something this is why this is episode 2. We just started last week.
Yep.
Agents aren't getting content or videos. This isn't getting talked about because it's a newer way of doing business.
Yeah.
The field is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Selling over the phone is phenomenal. They're both awesome. I'm not one of those agents to say, hey, if you don't do telesales, you're wrong. You know what? There's both are phenomenal.
Right.
Doing sales out in the field probably a little more old fashioned.
Yeah, sure.
Because you just never heard of telesales previously.
Right.
But now you can do both. Now you can do them both successfully.
Yeah.
Now you can do them both easily.
Yeah.
Today's gonna be about handling objections. When you get an objection, how do you handle it?
Yeah.
When you get an objection, what's your thought process? And I've always got, and I'm sure you've heard it by now, the 3 A's for overcoming objections.
Yep.
It's simple. It's easy. Anyone can do it. I started thinking through this and actually using it back when I was 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Once I realized psychologically what I was doing and saying to overcome those objections.
Yeah.
We use those 3 A's in the call center all the time.
Every day. And
especially with telesales, it's important, man.
Yeah,
I mean, what are we doing there when we get, you just had an incredible call.
yeah, it was really, really good. It was I think it was last week. The lady would not, just refused, absolutely refused. Had not given bank information out in years. Had one bad experience, hadn't given it out in years.
Yeah.
And
So you'll never get it, right?
right, yeah, that'll never happen.
Never.
That'll never happen. But guess who closed that sale?
Yeah.
You boy.
Exactly.
You boy right here. And
How'd you do it? Can kind of break it down. What did she say? Give us a little
So,
background, a little story. Real quick.
we always qualify. They have to have a checking or savings account. We don't take credit cards. We don't take debit cards. We don't take Direct Express. Carriers are no longer accepting Direct Express. Liberty Bankers just dropped it a while back.
So we just made decisions not even.
Yeah. So we made the decision.
We want good business on the books.
We want
I
solid
don't want to worry
good
about
business.
retention and expiration cards, expiration dates on cards, or them getting money on the 3rd and then taking it out or spending it by the 5th. I don't want to worry about all that.
Yeah. So that was the qualifier. Hey, I got her in, started filling out the application, said, okay, I got her social, and then, okay, let's, what we want to use checking or savings, and what day of the month do we want this drafted out on? Well, I'm really not comfortable giving my checking or savings information out. Hey, that's totally fine. I totally get that. I've got a ton of clients who felt the exact same way initially. But
he agreed. Now he's in the answer.
they took that leap of faith.
I love those words.
Oh, it's my favorite. I love it. They took that leap of faith. They trusted that what I told them was 100% true. And if everything, and I asked her, I said, Mr. and Mrs. Client, if you were to know that everything I was telling you was to be the 100% truth, take it to the freaking bank. Facts. Would you do business? Would you give me your routing and account number? No. She said no.
Yeah.
Again.
Before you proceed, because we're going to finish this story, I want to kind of psychologically diagnose some of this. So the 3 A's: agree, answer, and ask. I agree. I understand. I get it.
Yep.
Then the answer. A lot of my clients felt the exact same way. Once they took that leap of faith, they loved it. Now, what's the name of your bank again? Or something like that. Move into the 3 A's: agree, answer, and ask. But psychologically, when we start using the words leap of faith, or start putting them in the boat of other individuals that did exactly what they're talking about doing, or even taking a step further, where I always use a hypothetical question, just like you did, to where I can at least get them to start moving in my direction slowly. Hypothetically, if you knew without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, everything I was saying was accurate, true, that you could trust me, that the plan was perfect, would you have given bank information then? Well, if I knew it'd be, on the up and up and everything's perfect, and I would never have an issue, and they would only ever take it out on the day I've requested, then why wouldn't I give it? And so you're getting them, hypothetically, to move in your direction. Once you get them moving in your direction, you start talking about leap of faith. Other clients have done it. Then you start moving back into the ask again, repeatedly. Repeat that story. Finish the story.
So she said no. She shut me down again. Hey, that's totally fine. And and another thing you want to do is if they hit you with a no again, if they say take it away.
Yeah.
Take it away. Okay, well, I totally understand. But in order to qualify, I would need a checking or a savings. Now, and then again, I said, if you were to know, hypothetically, that everything I was telling you was to be the 100% fact, and they would not draw a penny more than what you authorized on the exact day of the month that you told them to draw it out on, and if anything happened, anything at all, you could call me and I would take care of it for you. You're telling them, hey, if anything happens, you call me. You don't have to call somebody else. I'll take care of it. You're taking the burden off of them. If all that were to be 100% true, would you move forward? She said, hold on. And so I was quiet.
She's moving.
And when you ask those questions, shut up.
Yeah.
Quiet. Because
she says hold on, and she's about to make a decision. She's about to talk to somebody.
Yes.
She's about to get her checking account information.
Yes.
She's doing something.
Yes. And I can hear, and the whole time when I'm asking about or writing an account information, I can hear someone talking in the background. I knew there was someone else there. I believed it was her husband. It was almost 3 minutes of silence. I did not say a word. And guys, I'm telling you, the biggest problem that people have with overcoming objections is they oversell. They talk past the sale. 100%. When you ask the question, shut up. The longer that the client is quiet, the better, because the gears are spinning. They're thinking, they're trying to convince themselves, and if you keep talking, you're going to talk them out of it.
And this is a freebie. We sell this telesales package that's got 100x the value we're dropping right now for $1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on sale right now. Rants, I believe it's $99.70. It's like 90% off right now for our Labor Day weekend sale.
Yeah.
But we carried the Labor Day weekend sale. Even I think I told them, hey, run it for another week. So maybe done. And maybe it may go through this weekend.
Yeah.
So, but the biggest thing is getting people to take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
Using words like a lot of my clients were the exact same way. Mm-hmm. They took that leap of faith. They were happy.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if you knew with certainty that all these things would line up, everything would be true, that you would love it, get them to at least start to move in your direction in a hypothetical manner, so that their mind starts thinking of actually doing it and the potential of dropping it. We have already dropped bombs. Telesales Tycoon, every Thursday, we already dropped some bombs. We have already given you info. This is only the first half.
Yeah.
And I can promise you the second half will be even better.
Mm-hmm.
Our Mastering Insurance Telesales package is 90% off right now. Watch this brief commercial so you know how to take advantage of this. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Hey, you better jump on that 90% off Mastering Insurance Telesales package. 3 hours of video with me, 6 different parts, an ebook, our specific script that we use in our call center, tons of stuff. You got to take advantage of it. All right, so we talked about, welcome back to Telesales Tycoons, episode 2, baby, part 2 of episode 2. We just talked about how handling objections and how you got someone to move past not wanting to give their bank information.
Right.
And the 3 A's of overcoming objections: agree, answer, and ask.
Yep.
They work.
They work. They really do.
We overcome objections in the call center all the time.
Yeah.
By using phrases and wording like that.
Yeah.
And even our telesales package, we actually give the exact phrasing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's part of the overcoming objections specific rebuttals that we use.
Yeah.
Which we have a detailed process, specific rebuttals for every objection.
Yep.
But when you're doing that stuff, it's the small things.
It is.
It's those little things where agents that try to sell over the phone and they get these objections, but they don't know what to say.
Right.
You've got to fine tune it until you find something that works.
Yeah.
And then repeat the process.
Yep.
Which is why we're doing more sales per week than we were the weeks before, because we're constantly improving. We're getting better.
Yeah. And the
Which
thing
is why we'll do this month in September, we'll do over 100 final expense apps in our call center alone, right?
Easy. Yeah. I mean,
come on, baby. That'll get you jacked. That'll let you know what is possible. 100 in a month? It's possible.
It is.
It's extremely possible if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. And like Cody said, guys, it's the small things. It's the little things. It's the phrases. It's how you word your questions. Yeah. It's how you ask your questions that really make that big difference at the end. Because
it's true.
The biggest hurdle that a lot of people have is when they get an objection, they're not quick to overcome it. Because if someone gives you an objection and you stumble and you stutter and you pause and there's like 4 to 5 seconds before you give them a rebuttal back, you lose credibility very, very quickly, guys. Quickness on the phone, especially in telesales, is paramount.
But if you think about it, at all, they will regain control of the call.
Yes.
And shut you down.
Yes.
Hang up or repeat their objection.
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah. And that's when they assume any control of the conversation, your chances of closing that sale are going to start declining, unless you are really, really good, like your boy CA over here, to bring them back. Your chances of closing that sale are going to severely decline because you have started to lose credibility. Guys, credibility over the phone is everything, because these people do not see you. They have never met you. They don't trust you. There's 1,000 things stood up against you in telesales that you have to be able to overcome.
And naturally, they don't trust you at first.
Yeah.
And that's even okay to say that, hey, in today's day and age, when a senior is talking to someone over the phone, they don't trust anyone until they earn that trust.
Yes. And that's with our scripts, with our objections, with our rebuttals to those objections. We are able to build that trust, build that rapport, break down that wall, and get them to the point of saying, you know what? I like Jacob. I like what he's telling me. I trust him. I this company sounds like a good company. It's affordable for me. It's the amount of coverage I want. I'm going to do business with him. And those are the things that you have to be able to get in the client's mind in order to close that sale over the phone. Because, guys, field sales and telesales are both great. I don't have.
I've made tens of thousands of dollars in weeks and months in both ways.
Yeah, in both ways. But field sales are, I will say, when you're face to face, it is a little easier. It really is, because they see you. You have paper there, because especially with seniors, they want something in their hands. They want to see it in black and white. They want to be able to physically sign and say, this is what I want, I'm signing it, I like it.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit easier. You've eliminated some of the initial objections that you would get if you were on the phone. But being on the phone, I'm not saying that on the phone is like the hardest thing in the world, but there are small things that you have to be able to implement in order to be successful on the phone.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But once you start to implement that stuff,
yeah.
And as we talked about Monday, becoming obsessed,
Yes.
being obsessed, you can handle objections.
Yeah.
You just need a method for the madness.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to believe in yourself. You've got to be confident.
Yeah.
Once you become confident and you start to do what JVH did, where you took someone that says, hey, I don't ever give my bank information to anyone ever, it'll never happen, to, hey, I'm glad I gave you my bank information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like the person's bipolar, you know.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're just. You just got to be good.
Yeah.
You've got to be what we call a telesales assassin or a telesales tycoon. You've got to be able to. Because what we're doing is benefiting these individuals.
Yeah.
We're helping them.
Yes.
We're giving them what they wanted and what they responded with interest in.
Yeah.
What they need, what they want, what they can afford.
Yeah.
What will help their family when they pass.
Yeah.
What their kids will need.
Yes.
When something happens. So once you start to think about it, that I'm not necessarily. It's not even like I'm selling them something. I'm giving them something they need and want.
Yeah.
I've just got to be good at it, or they're not going to take it.
Yeah. And guys,
they are just wanting to buy from someone that actually has some skill.
Yeah, yeah, and truly and honestly, because with managing the call center, I've heard, and being in the call center every day, making calls, I've heard thousands of objections. And guys, there's really only 2 true objections ever. Number one, they legitimately do not have any money. They cannot afford what you're selling them. It's not going to do you any good to put them in that position. It's not going to do them any good.
Okay.
Or number 2, you're just not talking to the decision maker. And when talking to the decision maker, I mean husband, wife.
Other things you can overcome.
Yeah.
I can't give them money. Yes, I can try to find out when they're going to have money, if ever.
Right.
To make this work,
Right.
and then try to make it work,
Mm-hmm.
or figure out who the decision maker is and get
Yeah.
on the phone with them.
Yeah.
But those 2, there's no doubt. I mean, anything else you could overcome.
Yeah,
on
like
that
I need to
first
talk to my kids. Oh, I'm not giving out my bank account information. Oh, it's just not a good time. Oh, I'm not interested. Those are just reactions to those people. It's just these folks are on the internet, on Facebook, on whatever, just filling out 15, 20 forms every day because they just want to talk to people. But when they say I need to talk to my kids, are your kids going to be mad? I'll give you 2 scenarios, Miss Betty. Scenario number 1, you pass away, your children find out you have nothing, they have to come up with all the money to bury you. Scenario number 2, you pass away, your kids find out that you have $10,000 that they get, that I'll hand deliver that check, and they get to use that money to bury you. Out of those 2 scenarios, which one do you think they would be more upset with? And be quiet. And I'm telling you, it puts it in their mind, because nobody likes to think about death. Nobody does. I mean, that's conversation. When you're selling life insurance, that's the conversation you're having.
That's good.
You're talking about death.
That's good.
But when you can get them past those little objections, they're just trying to talk themselves out of it, to, you know what, I'm doing this for my family. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family. When you can get someone in that mindset, you'll make 100 sales a month.
Yeah, there's
no doubt about it.
Exactly right. Which is why I want to move you into fan mail.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. We had an agent during last week's episode. He said, "Hey, what's your favorite final expense telesales carrier?" And there's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot.
Our absolute favorite, and we've got the contract for it, and we give out really good high contracts for this.
Biggins.
And they're the best. We feel like they're the best at telesales.
Yeah.
We use Liberty Bankers. It's
Yeah.
our go-to carrier. I love it. I use them all the time.
If they're healthy.
It's good. It's solid. Yeah, and they're pretty lenient.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, we'll use AIG for the guaranteed
Yeah.
issue. But we love Liberty Bankers. They
Love
have an easy process. So Rob, I hope that helps you. Hope that answers your question. Hey, every Thursday, 3 o'clock, Telesales Tycoons, give us some love.
Come on.
Throw the thumbs up. Give us some like. Subscribe.
Share
Make sure
the
that
video.
when we do stuff, you find out. Share this video. Make sure that no doubt, 100%, you get notified every time we jump in, man. It probably is. Like it, comment, share. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this. For everyone at Secure Agent Mentor, have an incredible weekend. We will see you next Thursday.